Hi BookTube, my name is Laura and welcome to Book Bubbler. I have probably what is going to be a bit of a rambly Friday reads today. I suddenly realized it was 4 p.m. on Friday, and not only did I not tape anything yet, but I was getting ready to take off my makeup. Not that I wear a lot, but mascara makes me look like I'm an alive human being. I was going to do that because I'm just in for the night now, and I thought, oh, I should probably film something first. So here I am. Hi. Had an okay week, surprisingly. Nothing a ton new, really. Today was really a nice day. I had coffee with my friend Matt this morning. Matt and I have been really good friends for 25 years, maybe. I mean, since college. So we had a chance to catch up and everything. Usually if we do anything together, it's just to go see Rufus Wainwright, which we chat in the car on the way there and we chat on the way home, but that's kind of it. So nice to see him. And then I just ran to Target and scored some awesome sheets for work. So I'm a massage therapist, for those of you who are new. Hi and welcome. And our massage tables are pretty much just a twin size bed, essentially. So I use twin size sheets. In the summer, I tend to use more regular cotton or percale, but in the winter, of course, it's flannel all the way. And flannel tends to pill up and get a little scratchy fairly easily after a couple of years. And I've had to retire, I think, 3 or 4 sets recently. So Target had all of their twin flannel sheets on sale for $11.50 for a set. So I got 2. I should have gotten more, but that's okay. I can go back because there were a bunch there. All twins. So I'm, upset. But that was an exciting thing to find. I wasn't expecting. So now that I've babbled for 2 minutes, let's talk about books, shall we? I have finished 4 books since I saw you guys last. And that's not bad. It could have certainly been better, but I will take what I can get. The bad part is not that I'm trying to balance books, but I sort of am. I brought 1, 2, 3, 4. I brought 5 in. So close. Does that count? Anyways, I will talk about what I have read, shall we? So if you have been here for a while, you'll recognize this book, The Edge of Impropriety by Pam Rosenthal. I finally finished this. And the fact that it took me from last June, which I know, thank you Goodreads, until now, is just totally my own fault. This was such a good book. Really, really good. It's a standalone romance, late Regency. And Marina, who is Countess of Gorham, she is a popular author of novels, and specifically kind of semi-dirty romance novels. Maybe they'd be classified as romance today. And she's unmarried. Doesn't matter. Anyways, she's, in her early 40s, I believe, or late 30s, either or. And every season she takes a young lover. So at the beginning of this season, she lets her former lover go, Sir Anthony, who is in his 20s or something. And she ends up having an affair with his uncle, who is in his 40s, single, and kind of a scholar, unattached. And the two of them have this wonderful love story. It's so nice to read a book, a standalone book, first of all, that's not 1,000 pages. That's not, a series, so you're reading things forever and ever and ever. But it had some really good mysteries. She was being blackmailed by I think former publisher is how he started out, but now he's just blackmailing her. He blackmails a lot of people, but he blackmails her specifically because he loves her. And he finds out about this affair, which is, it wouldn't ruin either of them, either her or him, but he's just an ass, essentially. So the two of them slowly fall in love, and what is his name? Not Anthony. Jasper James Hedges is the uncle of her first lover. He's a scholar and has some Grecian marble statues that someone eventually breaks into his house to take, and it's when he's having an affair with Marina one of the nights he spends at her house. So he has to find out who really knew about them. Did Marina say something to someone that overheard? Was she behind the theft? What's going to happen to the country? I mean, it's all really good. I'm not explaining it terribly well, probably, and I apologize, but it's really interesting. And the love scenes, I mean, I did read some reviews on Goodreads after I rated it myself. I'm giving this one like 4.5 stars. But some people who read it said it was not sexy enough, and everyone talks about how sexy it is, and they didn't agree with it, and there's much hotter stuff these days, and blah, blah, blah. I think this was written 12, 15 years ago, and it's period, I want to say period filthy. That sounds really bad. But it's matter of fact, and it's a love affair. It's not just like hot and heavy sex. Like, there are no turgid throbbing members here, thank God. But it's really good. It is hot. I mean, it is hot, but it's not, there's no fade to black or anything. But it's just, I don't know, maybe it's because these are two mature people that it's different. It's not new adult or teenagers or like this insta love or anything. It's two people that knowingly are attracted to each other and decide to have an affair together, and it slowly starts to become something more, sort of, maybe, but they're not sure. And it was just really interesting, and I look forward to reading more of Pam Rosenthal's stuff. I think they're all standalones from the brief glance I took a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, really, really good. I really liked this. And if this sounds mildly interesting to you in all of my incoherent ramblings, please pick it up. I really recommend it. Now for something different. Oh no, this is 6 books. I knew I had a 6th book I bought this week, not 5. It's this book, You Were Born for This by Chani Nichols. This is astrology and self-help and stuff. You can think I'm a kook. I don't care. I believe in astrology. I think it's really interesting. I mean, I don't set my life by it, but I think you can get some wonderful insights and some, there can be lots of little things that can help you maybe get rid of some self-illusions, delusions, whatever. It can make life a little bit easier. And if it doesn't hurt anybody, who really cares in the ultimate, like in that, right? So this is set up, how is this set up? I got this and I read it like in an hour. I mean, a lot of stuff you don't have to read because it doesn't apply to your sign. But you figure out your birth chart, your sun sign, which everybody knows, like I'm a Taurus. You figure out your moon sign, your ascending, and then you, based on your birth chart, you also figure out all the houses. Like, and each house is like for a career or relationships or whatever. Sorry, itchy nose. And then you can figure out which planet is in which house. This is probably too much for some of you, but for someone who has been into astrology and has read several books about astrology, taken classes in it before, not a ton, but you know, a few over the last 20, 25 years. I've never understood astrology as well as I do with this book. It makes it very simple to understand your houses, what is a square to something, what is a quincunx, all this stuff. That's not a dirty word, I promise you. But it really made sense. And I thought, oh, that's what this means. And I had never gotten that before. So based on that alone, based on how much this helped me feel better about where I'm at currently in my life, I'm giving this 5 stars, and I'm recommending it to all my slightly crunchy, new agey, however you want to call us, astrology-ish people. So really, really liked this. Glad I bought the hardcover. Next up is How to Walk Away by Katherine Center. I got this clearly from Book of the Month, May of 2018. So I check out ebooks through my library and I read them on my Kindle when I have insomnia. So that's like 5 nights a week usually. I try to check out physical copies of books I have to try and, you know, not add on to things or get into more new series if I can avoid it, and try to chunk back my physical TBR slowly at night in bed with no lights on. So this came up and it was available right away, and I thought, sure, whatever. I don't know, I'll just try this. And I read this thing in just a couple of hours with insomnia. It was so sweet and good. It stars a young woman. Her name doesn't matter, probably. Margaret, it does matter. She has the perfect life, perfect fiance and everything. And there is a horrible accident that happens when her fiance is flying a plane. He's getting his license and is almost certified. He almost has his license. This weird freak weather thing happens. They're in this big crash. He gets out unscathed, and she really can't walk again. So it's her recovery in the hospital, how she handles the relationship with her fiance, and the relationship she has with her physical therapist and her sister, that whole thing. I mean, and where I thought it was going to go, where I thought it was going to end ultimately, it felt like a fairly predictable women's fiction. I mean, it's just a human story. It doesn't really matter, but you think you know where it's going to happen, like, oh, she's going to do this, and then they're going to get together, and then this person's going to come home, and whatever. That happened at the halfway point. So the second half, I didn't know what was going to be happening or what was going to be coming. And what I like about this the most, this is slightly spoilery, is that her happiness as a human being, as a person, does not depend on a relationship in her life. She does not need a man or a woman to complete her. She figures herself out, and she pulled herself up by her bootstraps. And I really appreciated that, because as someone who is not in a relationship, and probably will not be based on what I just said about astrology crap, and you know, this situation, I really appreciated like the reality that lots of people just don't get married, and lots of people just don't have a partner. Now, I'm not saying that that's how this ends, but that she can become her own person really meant a lot to me, and I really, really appreciated it. So 4.5 stars, 4.25, let's say. And the book that Katherine Center wrote after this, which is How to Start a Fire, Save a Fire, not sure, features a minor character from this book as the main character in the next book. So I'll hopefully get to that soon. So the last book that I read, God, I can talk a lot. Take Me by Bella Andrzej. And oh boy, Take Me. So this is one I got based on Sarah McLean's recommended romances from her website. I have had this for a few years. It's part of a duology. Got it from Paperback Swap, so it didn't cost me any money. Sat here for a long time, and I thought, just read it. So the first half I read, and it's like insta-lust, but these two people have been friends since they were little kids and have stayed in touch, but, you know, hated each other. And all of a sudden, after a fashion show, oh my God, after a fashion show, he sees this fat girl walking in it, and they can't keep their hands off each other. And they're on a buying trip to Italy together, and it's like nonstop boinking. And she's super insecure, and he's kind of still a dude bro, but not, but I didn't really care for this one for a few reasons. One, two, for all that she talks about being plus size and being fat or being heavy, she is a 14 or a 16. That is the national average size for a woman, which, yes, is still technically plus size. That's a whole other issue that I'm not going to get into right now. But she keeps saying how fat she is. Yet, there are two things you don't do if you are truly a fat or heavy person. That is, you do not wear sleeveless shirts, dresses, anything. You do not, because bat wings and fat arms. No, you don't do it. The second thing is, you do not wear a bra in public. I am sorry, there is no way you wear a like thin slip dress. I think this was published in like 2003 or 4 or something. I should look and see. You don't wear a slip dress if you have ample breasts, blah, blah, blah. You don't go without a bra. Absolutely not. 2005. So, you know, early 2000s. This is very early 2000s, like erotic romancy. The sex is sort of okay. It's fine. But those two things with the shirt and the bra, like the sleeves and the bra, those, like, right away I was like, oh, come on. Girl, be real. Don't play. So I will not be reading the second book in the series. It was also like I could just see it coming, and I'm really sorry. I don't mean to knock this. The writing is just fine. I would give this author another shot again, absolutely. And if you love this book, I'm glad that you love this book. I really, really am. However, this was just really no. So 2-star. Oh, just okay. Just 2-star. And this is going to be going off of my shelves, and I cannot wait. So what came in? That astrology book, You Were Born for This, that came in this week. And then, because I am a crazy person, which, hello, you already know this probably, I bought a whole bunch of Witcher books. One is turned around. So I bought Sword of Destiny, The Last Wish, and then this big chunk 3-book not bind up, they're all separate, of Blood of Elves, Baptism of Fire, and the Time of Contempt. Now, I have a question for those of you who have read the Witcher series, not the games, just the books. I look on Fantastic Fiction, and I've looked a couple of other places for the correct order to read things, and I see lots of different things. So what I thought I was going to start with was Blood of Elves, and then someone said, no, The Last Wish is first, and it's a collection of short stories. I don't know. This is marked 1, 2, 3, but then this one is also number 1. Also, does it matter? I mean, for me, I am hardcore. Like, I have to have things in order. Like, I want to read the first one from the start, and you know, that's no problem. I'm militant about it. It's a pet peeve, let's say. So I want to start reading that there, but do I really need to read The Last Wish first? Can I just like skip it and start reading Blood of Elves? Let me know. Help a girl out. Oh yeah. I am trying to find some different things to do, like video wise. I haven't seen a lot of people do recently or before. I don't know. That involve revisiting series that might be embarrassing, like teenage series from the 90s. Yeah. So I went through some of my high school, not like I have thousands of them. I have one like Rubbermaid bin in the basement of high school stuff. And then I have one smaller like Rubbermaid bin of series I loved in high school. So of course there's plenty of VC Andrews. So I think I'm going to reread those, and I'm really excited, sadly. But I also found some really funny like 80s and 90s stuff that you might appreciate. So I have this sticker. I was the political minister for Nordo. Yeah. And what is this? Oh my God, what is this called? And I just watched the Parks and Recreation 2 where they play this again. Tell me what it is. I'm having a brain fart. So I have my little sticker from who I was. And then because I was so incredibly cool in school, I stopped playing sports in middle school, and I was just all in music all the time. I was in choir and a chorale and another octet, and I did solo work, and then I was big in an orchestra. I played the viola. I was in the chamber music group. I was in the regular orchestra. I was also in color guard, as we call ourselves, flagettes, because it was the 90s and you know we were super couth like that. Anyway, so I lettered and I got gold bars, but only in music. So like here are my nice big things. What am I gonna do with these? I don't know. I don't think anyone from my high school would ever want them. I mean, but it just cracked me up to see them. Like, of course I lettered, but it's in music. And I also found some of my sticker collection that I thought I had lost. But so I have my 101 Dalmatians book, which you guys remember these, like you buy the sticker packs and you stick them in. I have that one. I have the Care Bears one. I know I had the Barbie one, but I don't know where that is. And then I have my sticker album from the 80s, which this is so painfully 80s, it like really hurts. What made me laugh the most, aside from, I'd show you this, but you have to list your favorite stickers, and it's just like a big, huge friggin' ramble of like every kind of sticker possible. I started this collection on August 29th, 1984, so I would have been like 6. So tons. I mean, look at the 80s-ness. These are like squishy, you know. But there is a rare sticker collection, a rare page, which when you're a little kid, like everything seems rare, doesn't it? Like my stuff is worth 2 of your stuff because mine's super rare, like that kind of crap. But where is it? Oh, here, rare stickers. 2 pages, rare stickers. Here, I have a Q*bert, and then I have like 6 grapefruit and like Dole banana stickers. Girl, those are not rare. Really, really ridiculous. Also, there's a big book sticker in here. Does anyone remember this book, Misty the Mermaid? I didn't remember it at all until I saw this huge sticker, and I thought, oh my God. I used to love that because, of course, if you're a girl in the 80s and 90s, you have to like mermaids. I think there's like a phase everyone goes through. part of your girl card. But I'd forgotten about it until I saw that. So I have to try and track the book down because, of course, the author's not on there. So, sticker books, what I'm reading. So the only new books that I've added into my reading rotation that aren't chunksters that I already haven't talked about 1,000 times are this one. This is A Rather Curious Engagement by C.A. Belmond, the second in a quartet. This one, Penny, our heroine, and Jeremy, her boyfriend. Can you say boyfriend in their 30s? Boyfriend. They're in France at the villa that they inherited, and they decide to buy a yacht and spend the summer like touring around the Mediterranean, as you do. And the yacht gets stolen, and then they end up going to Lake Como, and they're investigating something. So it's like just kind of easy reading. There's little mysteries and stuff, but it's just sort of nice. Again, like the first book, it kind of reminds me of 1930s romantic screwball comedies a little bit in a way. Not as slapstick necessarily, but lightly humorous and entertaining. So I'm reading that. And then this one, which I just hauled a couple of weeks ago, This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. I am, I think, literally 4 or 5 pages in, but it already has made me smile and chuckle a couple of times. So, of course, that maybe is the Jimmy Carr jokes that make me really laugh, but this should be really good, and I anticipate reading this, if not tonight, then at least finishing it tomorrow morning. So, yeah, that's it. So, hope you've enjoyed this, wow, over 20-minute ramble, saws. Let me know what you're up to, what you're doing. Did anyone watch Outlander this week, season 5 premiere? It was really, really good. Like, really good. Sam Heughan, not only is he easy on the eyes, but he's a really good actor. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I am not that far in the series yet. I am still partway through book number 4, Drums of Autumn. Is that right? Drums of Someone? Drums of Someone. That's a hot title. So I'm working on that one. I haven't started Fiery Cross yet, but I'll get there. So what did you guys think? Did you guys watch? Let me know. I'm going to stop talking for real this time, and go try and upload this MF and yeah, see what's going on. So hope you're having a good week, and I will see you guys shortly in the next one. Bye.